Alright guys, so good morning and welcome back to Dork News Gaming. I am Ninja Andrew, and today we are going to be continuing to take a look at the multiplayer maps here in Infinite Warfare. And today's map is called Grounded. So I will throw us in here. The description for this map says that it is on the moon Titan. It's a crashed ship. There you go. Nice view of the crashed ship as we come in here.
Team deathmatch.
Okay, so just going to show you sort of every area on the map, starting out with this being the first team spawn point. A little alcove back here, boxes, random stuff, but it's a little alcove that you can come in and hide in to some degree. Snipe maybe down this long path. So I'm gonna go, let me show you, I guess, the three side routes, I guess. So we have, or the three paths. So the first path comes through here and it's a wall run, or coming through the cavern. Cavern has a hole in the top that you can shoot out when you need to shoot at ships and stuff, so sometimes this is a good spot to come into if your team is covering this area. I'll do the little wall run here. So that is a death drop underneath this wall run. Both of these paths meet and converge again here with this wall. So you can either jump through the sort of window area, or you can come through the door into this room that's had like a cave-in. Right? Some kind of generator, or maybe some kind of fuel tank or something has fallen down through. So it basically a roundabout with that. Continuing along the side, so this is still the side path, guys. Side path to this back room. And this is kind of like the enemy team spawn side of the map. So they're actually usually going to probably spawn around here. Which is actually a pretty cool spot. With the little observation binoculars and some kind of crazy, looks like some kind of oil refinery, you know, burning off the excess fumes and all that. Here we go. So, okay. Let me come back here. So this room, you know, just to give you guys a better look at it, comes around here. This is the middle pathway, so I'm not going to go into that too much right now. Monitor area, I guess. So this point right here where I'm standing will be one of the capture points. The spot that I started at is another capture point, and then there's another one in the middle. I'll show you where that is as well. Guess we can't do a wall run there. This spot is kind of interesting. You've got the side tunnel. This is the other side path of the map now, guys, just to be clear. You've got this upper cavern spot. This is, you know, sniper, counter sniper kind of spot. You can try to shoot I think if you line up the grenade launcher with the top of that window, that bar like I have it, then you'll be able to shoot in. Just a little tip for people. Just a little tip. In case you're trying to do your grenade launcher stuff. Alright, so this is the central area of the map here. I guess this is the vista that we saw when we first came in, so that we were just inside the ship there. It's got some kind of crazy gun turret looking thing that's falling off of it here. But just going to show you here, guys, like what this looks like from this view, right? So these are the side pathways, the blue right pathways. And just to show you guys here, this is actually an outer wall run. So if you absolutely have to, you can use this. Alright. So this is the central area of the map, and I think I'm just going to show you the central area now. So you've got this sort of bunker room, which I'll show you in a second. You've got the turret thing here. This is the central corridor that goes back to where we started. So this is where we started on the map. I'll go back into and show you how the buildings connect to each other. This is where we started. This is the side path corridor. This is the central laneway pathway. It looks like, okay, this is like a ship on its side. I get it now. I always thought it was like, is that a submarine? Because it doesn't make any sense. But it's like, okay, it's a ship on its side. Gotcha. Everything makes sense now. This comes down the middle pathway still. This connects into our room with the cave-in. Middle pathway to the monitor room, right? You can follow the sort of lines on the floor or the sand pathway, right? And then you've got this kind of cavern area. Decent cover spots. There's usually a lot of gun battles going on between here and the building over here because you have this rock cover in the way. And this is actually the spot where the central capture point is, right where I'm standing. So it's kind of like at the bottom of this rock in a big circle like that. So then we have our side pathways with the bunkers. So I'll just show you what it's like to go through. Right? Little room. What it's like to look out. So you get some cover spots that you can challenge on those 2 points. Challenge on those points. You got this window. Similarly, the aim point here, guys, if you line up the bottom of your reticle with the top of the cavern, that should be enough to drop the grenades directly into that hole. So, just so you know, this is a window that you cannot shoot through. This looks like some kind of like research facility, research labs. They're growing stuff. Not sure you would be able to survive like this on Titan's moon, because if there's no oxygen, how do you breathe? Woo. Right on. Okay, so this is the back entrance to this building here, right? You've got this little sort of platform area out here, and this little side path here connects back to where we started, and the central pathway, right? And it's kind of got this like little ramp built into the level, right? So if you're starting out here and you want to get to where the enemy position is, you know, not a bad idea to run up and then come in here and take up your position, you know what I mean? Something like that. And so then I'll show you this back path here. That looks like a wall run, but I'm not going to attempt that because I don't think there's any benefit to trying that. I don't think that there's anything along the outside of that, but I could be wrong. So yeah, guys, and then you come in. This looks like the mess hall, crew quartery type area to some degree. Right, I guess that's where their beds were in there. And this connects back to where we started. A little bit of cover because of the railings and stuff like that. So sometimes, because this is a capture point here, right, people will lie down on it here behind the boxes as one spot, and then they'll have people covering them usually from up in here. You get cover spots on all the pathways except for that little side one that you can't see here. So, not too bad. you know? Like, I like this map. I think it's kind of, in its own way, comparable to, like, Dome from Ghosts and the previous iterations of Dome. But I think it's good, you know? Like, the pathing on this map is really good as far as, like, having centralized battles, like people fighting in these corridors. That's what's happening a lot of the time. Often you'll have one team that's sort of, if I stand here, you'll have one team that's on this side of the map and another team that's on that side of the map. Or you'll have a team that's on this side of the map with these cover spots, and you'll have another team that's on this side of the map with these cover spots. So I think it works out pretty well. It's a bit lopsided, but I think that it's lopsided in the right way, where, because it's like, it's still symmetrical if you divide it in half, like in this direction. If I look at my map here, it's still kind of symmetrical, just it works out in its own way, you know? So, not too bad. I'm just going to show you guys here one last wall run. So, everybody should be able to figure this one out, because you're most likely going to see that at some point while you're playing, and you'll be like, oh, I can go down here and get around back behind this building. So if you need to flank the building here, guys, they have this little side route that connects up those two areas. Really good for bleeding off the pressure if this area is just all crazy and you know you need to get around. One thing that I am going to show you, though, guys, is that it is not just an interior wall run. It is also an exterior wall run. So, just so you know, if you really, really, really need to, you can try to get that exterior wall run and try to get some surprise on people, because I doubt very much that people are going to be expecting that, right? Everybody likes the interior wall run because it's really easy to do. You don't have to try too hard, right? That exterior, whoop, see? Exterior one, you do kind of have to have that, oh, yeah, see? That perfection in your jump. I think it's actually easier to do from this direction. You get like a better, oh, no, okay, almost screwed it up there. Actually I did, okay, there we go. So not, like, I'm not an expert wall runner. I don't like, obviously, doing the outside wall runs if I can avoid it. Yep. Yay! But just to know that that's there, it can help, right? Like, if you have nowhere else to run, you're getting, you know, you see the team coming from all sides, you're getting shot at, right? And then as you're coming down here, oh crap, there's a guy coming along here, right? Oh man, I suck. I'm flubbing it. Herp de derp. You guys get the idea. Oh god, I just like, when you're dealing with a curved surface like that, also curved, not just around, but curved up and down like that, it's like, it's hard to know, like, where exactly are you supposed to hit. I thought I would get it that time, but apparently not. I'm going to try it one more time here, and then that'll probably be it for today's episode, because I really don't think that there's much more to this map. I guess I could try to show you guys, like, some... Nope. Apparently I just suck. Apparently there's just no hope for me. Okay, there we go. One's better. Okay, so trick is, don't overthink it and don't press the button too many times. Herp derp, because that's what I was doing. Alright, so sniping. Obviously places like this, right, gonna be half decent. I think that also this spot here, if you can make use of that corridor, right, that's a pretty long view, and it would be hard to catch you at the end of that unless they were also sniping, so that extra distance is really going to help you out. I also think that potentially... Oh, I went a little bit too far. It's in here. I think that here has some sniping potential. At least through that doorway. Some of the other spots on this map, maybe... Like, this is just like, if I was sniping on this map, these would be the kinds of places I would be trying to get to, and just seeing what I could do. You know? Obvious spot up here, right? But you are a little bit close to things here. Like, this is definitely, like, they're gonna kill you with an assault rifle pretty quick. So, just something to keep in mind. Boom. But, yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. Big thank you for everybody that comes and watches my videos. I know I'm not, like, super helpful, but I just like to, you know, try to give people an idea of, like, you know, what the map looks like, how it feels to play it, you know, and just like where the pathing is, what the general ways to go are. So if you enjoyed the series, or if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. I will be back again on Monday with more Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you again next time for more Epic Adventures here on Drinking Gaming. Woo! Bye guys. Woohoo!